But before we begin, I need you to hit that like button and y'all comment on this video because I'm going to point out a couple of things. Let me know how you feel about it. Okay? And subscribe if you have not subscribed yet. So, the show starts off with A1 coming home and the house is empty. Lyrica has packed up and moved out. They did a little recap of Lyrica saying that A1 cheated with some lady he met on the plane. Now, I feel like Lyrica handled that situation the wrong way for 3 reasons. One, you don't just leave. Well, okay, let me start by saying this. She said that A1 cheated with someone he met on the plane. And I'm wondering, how does she know that he cheated? She said that the girl, the lady who he's supposed to mess with, the friend told her. But I'm wondering, like, was there some proof? Like, was there pictures of them together? Or was this just somebody being messy? Because, you know, people do be messy. And even if he did cheat, or you thought that he cheated, because she didn't say, like, this woman telling me that he cheated. She said, he cheated. This is what she was telling Mama, he cheated. And so you just packed up the whole house and you just left. You didn't tell him you was leaving him. You didn't accuse him. You didn't say anything to him. You just packed up and leave. You take the baby. You don't say, hey, this is over. Nothing. You just, like, it's okay for you to just take the baby and don't even tell him where you and the baby at. Like, that's his child too. Okay? I understand you hurt. You feel like he betrayed you. The marriage is over. Or you want out of the marriage or something. But that's not the right way to handle the situation. You at least tell somebody, look, I'm moving to a hotel. I'm going to be here. So people can get in contact with you. But instead, you don't say where you're going to be at. You don't let him know anything. Like, you playing mind games with him. Because you hurt off of what somebody else said. You don't even give him the opportunity to defend himself or to admit to it. He might admit to it, you know. He did admit to sleeping with Summer Bunny. So, I feel like if he did it, he would say he did it. He said he slept with Summer Bunny, so he said, I didn't do this. So, maybe he didn't. That's one reason why I said she didn't handle it the right way. Another thing is, you leave a dog there. And I feel like you left the dog there so that, like, the girlfriend pops up. So, you know, when he comes back into town and then you have the girlfriend questioning him. Because she's like, well, you need to tell me what happened, what you've been up to. Why? Why are you putting other people in your marriage? No one else should be addressing your husband about what happened but you. This is where ladies make mistakes. You involving your family, your girlfriends. No one should be involved in your marriage but you and your spouse. And not letting him know where you're going to be at. That's wrong. That's his child, just like that's your child. You wouldn't want nobody to do that to you. You know, women have this tendency to think that it's okay for me to do this because I'm the mama. But if a man took the child and left, if A1 was like, okay, I want out of this, you know, I'm not happy, this is why I'm keep cheating, and took the baby and left, and you wouldn't know where he was at. You just think of how you would feel if he did that to you. 2 rights don't make a wrong. I also want to touch on, you know, this whole thing about, I agree with Ray J. I agree with what Ray J was saying, how she sent the girlfriend over there to find out what's going on with him. Because she was questioning him too much. You know, if you came over there to feed the dog, then that's all you would have been doing. That's not your business. That's not your place to, you know, just cause you friends don't mean that you have the right to ask somebody's husband what they did and where they was at and what happened. You overstepping your boundaries as a friend. And that's the problem I have with A1. Why are you explaining yourself to, what's her name, Sai? To Lyrica's friend anyway? Why are you even explaining what you did and stuff? Why are you explaining yourself? And when she's like, well, you need to try to fix it and you need to reach out to her mama. No, you don't. No, you don't. Because Lyrica should not be blocking you. Lyrica should not have cut off all communication with you. If you trying to hear what he has to say, then you need to talk to him. You should not have to be having to email your wife and go jump through all these hoops if she wants to talk to you. You need to at least hear him out and hear what he has to say. Then decide what you're going to do. That's ridiculous. But I was like, why is anyone explaining himself to her? I felt like A1 cheated. He acted like a guilty person. I think he did cheat. I think that maybe Lyrica has some proof and that's why she packed up everything. But you still should have told him where you're going to be at. You're still wrong for taking the baby and not letting him know where his son is. And I think that Ray J was right. Lyrica sent the girl over there to spy and find out. So we're going to move on. So Jason Lee does the interview and K. Michelle's on there with at the radio station giving the interview. And K. Michelle, I don't get K. Michelle. I don't understand her because she talks so bad about Moniece and I didn't understand why. Even if you feel like Moniece is making a bad mistake by allowing April to do a collab with her on an album, or you feel that Moniece is not taking her music career seriously, why would you go and say all that in an interview for all these people to hear? You said Moniece was your friend, you know. You did the thing last season on how when you got sick and everything, how nobody was coming to visit you. You see how your real friends were. And Moniece was there for you. And I don't understand why you would do her dirty like that. It seems like K. Michelle has a real problem when it comes to being a friend. I was talking about this when I was talking about Jackie. Like, some women do not know how to be friends to other women. And that is why they have a hard time with friendship. Because you don't know how to be a friend. So you don't keep friends. Because that was not even necessary. She started it with the thing with Melissa Ford being back. And she threw the shot at April Jones. Oh, I'm so glad you're back and all this stuff. That wasn't not necessary. That whole conversation wasn't even called for. You're just strictly being messy. For no reason. Like, and I felt like you did it because you gave... I feel like this about K. Michelle. I feel like K. Michelle's the type of woman... When I give you advice and you don't take it, then all bets are off. Because I'm your friend. I'm trying to help you because I'm giving you this advice and you should have took it. So since you didn't take it, then I don't care about this friendship anymore. And that is why I say she don't know how to be a friend to people. Because part of being a friend is just like it's just like parenting. It's just like when you're a mother. You know, you take kids, don't do this, don't do that. Sometimes they listen, sometimes they don't. You don't stop parenting just because they don't do everything you say. It's a friendship. You can give friends advice. It don't mean they have to take it. it doesn't mean that since you didn't take my advice, now I can't be your friend anymore because you chose to do what you wanted to do. Because at the end of the day, we're all grown-ups. We're all going to make our own choices in life that we feel are going to be beneficial for ourselves. Now, I agree with K. Michelle. I don't think it's a good idea for them to have linked up to do this collab. But Moniece and April are two adults who are capable of making choices. And whether it's going to be a good or bad choice will come out in the wash, you know. We'll find out in the end if it is, if they make money, if they tour, if they, you know, if it's the final project that gets completed. But for you to go and badmouth her, it's like this is a pattern with you. You know, it's a controlling issue because you didn't do what I said. You didn't obey me. So since you didn't obey me, now I'm going to publicly criticize you. Because all of that wasn't necessary. Oh, no, I would never let her open up. No, I would never let her. She doesn't take it seriously either. Even if you felt like that, that didn't have to be said publicly. So now everybody's sitting back looking at you like, this is how you get a bad reputation and how you keep a bad reputation, because you keep doing things like this. You keep doing things like this publicly. You keep staying in the media. And I'm thinking like, okay, this type of person I feed with long handle spoon. I would not ever let her get that close to me because I don't like the way you move. Real talk, I don't like chicks like that. I don't like, you know, I'm thinking we cool and everything, and you on an interview pointing out all my flaws. You could have pulled me aside. Even if you did pull me aside, you didn't have to make it public. So yeah, I don't like the way K. Michelle moves. Plus, I didn't like, and another reason I'm going to say I don't like the way she moved, because when she did the whole thing about the surrogate in the last episode, you never sat down and talked with that woman and said, hey, do not go public. This is what I expect from you. This is what I need from you. You never sat down and was specific about what your demands were, what your needs, what you required, what you wanted from this relationship, this partnership with her. Instead, you ran to your lawyer first. And then once you spoke to your lawyer, you went back to this person. Now, you asked this person to do something. This person thinking that we are friends. I'm helping a friend. And you, oh no, this is business. But had you told this person, this is a business transaction from the beginning, they would have treated it that way. But you didn't. So, like I said, I don't like the way K. Michelle moves. It's not to say that I don't like K. Michelle as a person. I just don't like the things she do. Well, I think that you can have some good qualities and you can have some bad qualities. And, you know, sometimes you just got to watch what you say and do with certain people. So, I'm going to move along. Let's see what's that. So then it goes to the guys going, the fellas meeting up at the little cigarette lounge. And, you know, it was Fizz and Booby, J-Boog, and Mickey Monday before them meeting up and hanging out. And what I thought was something else, what I said was I thought was weird, was when they was talking about going to Vegas, A1 was like, well, you know, if Lyrica's going to be there, it's a no for me. So have y'all decided to dissolve the marriage or what? Like, y'all both throwing these little temper tantrums, or it's not the way grown-ups behave. So, Mickey Monday was invited out, you know, come to the last thing for the Vegas trip. So, Booby is going, and I thought that was nice. You know, they invited him to come out and to come to Vegas and stuff and kick it and stuff. So, I thought that was cool. So, Princess is launching her makeup line called, what's it, Pella? She invites, Prella. So she invites Zell Swag and Jason over to discuss it. Because she wants them there when she does her launch, her launch party for it. And of course they agreed to come. And they're discussing the whole thing about April. And because Zell Swag asked, could he bring April? And she says, yes, of course. And Jason Lee, says, well, he takes another shot at her. And I understand when you were in that type of industry where you vlog and you discuss people, because that's what we're doing. We're doing reaction videos. We're discussing people. That, yes, you do find the dirt and stuff like that about people. But this seems to be a little bit more personal, because that was an unnecessary shot. Maybe it's a way to stay relevant, to stay on the show. Because I don't get all the little digs. Maybe it's something else going on that's behind the scenes, or something that's been said or something. Or maybe he feeling some type of way about the whole unfollowing and stuff. I don't know. So Moniece and April link up. Moniece is doing her little dance choreography. She's doing trying to get her a little rehearsal in. And April shows up. And they get to discussing the whole interview about that K. Michelle and Jason did. And that struck a nerve with April. That really struck a nerve with her. She got heated over that. And I couldn't understand why she got so upset, because I was like, they took some shots, but she was really upset with K. Michelle. Do you know what? Know anything about my life and going on and stuff? I was like, what is that making her so upset about it? Like, look, everybody know you on my Ariana baby mama. Everybody know you mess around with Fizz. You gonna get talked about. Like, you should know this by now. You gonna get talked about. So people gonna feel some type of way about you already, messing around with friends. So that's to be expected. That's just gonna come with the territory. You need to suck with friends, so that's to be expected. So why are you so upset because one person says this that you don't even know? Like, people won't talk. So I didn't understand why she was so upset about K. Michelle. That just really struck a nerve. Jason Lee, yes, I can understand why you upset with Jason Lee, because you didn't work with him. He fired you. He did, the way he went about it was messy and stuff. Okay, yes, but yeah, I don't understand why you was upset about K. Michelle. Yeah, that's a little bit too much. So now K. Michelle wants to do country music. Her, Brittany B, Apple Watts, and Mr. Ray go to the country bar. They doing some little line dancing and stuff like that. And my thoughts about K. Michelle doing country music. If that's what you want to do you, girl. And you say you could yodel and all this stuff. I think it's going to be hard for her to cross over. Just because, of that genre. But good luck. Best wishes for you. Hey, do what your heart makes you happy, That's what you want to do it. As far as all this other stuff, make it. You will never know till you try it. Look at Snoop. Snoop Dogg went gospel. You never know. You never know what people will accept. I think it will be hard for her, but if that's what you want to do it. The rest of the show, they got on the trip. They was going to the bus on, and Zell Swag and Brittany B started to get into it and stuff, and it was over and ended. But that's all I want to say for these people in these relationships and marriages, because I think Ray J and Princess showed you a good example. I think they're showing you a good example of what marriage is really about. Because if you really watch them Love and Hip Hop before, especially with them two, Ray J was partying all the time and going seeing strippers and stuff, and Princess was always crying and stuff, and then finally, you know, she had enough, and it was like, either you're gonna stop or we're gonna be together, we're not. And sometimes it takes you as a woman to put your foot down and say enough is enough, and either we're gonna do this or we're not gonna do it. And if that man really wants you, he gonna stop and he gonna make that work. And that's what Ray J has done. Ray J's, you know, now he's focused on business, making money. He's doing the Raycon stuff and working hard and stuff like that. And he's not doing all this foolishness no more. He didn't stop, and he's focusing on being a husband. And this is another thing I want to tell you guys too. A1 and Lyrica is showing you exactly how marriage is like too. Because Lyrica cheated first. And when you cheat in a marriage, yes, people can forgive you and say, you know, I'm going to stay with you and we're going to try to make this work. And especially for a man, they do. They will. And I think A1 still does love Lyrica, and he is trying to make it work. But it's something about it. It's like, I have to get my dirt in too. I have to get that revenge. I have to do what you've done to me. And they don't know when to stop. It's like, okay, you didn't did yours. Now you just keep on doing it. Like, okay, this is enough already. And so this is the thing about Lyrica. It's like, okay, so now we've forgiven each other. We did the whole renewing the vows things to like, okay, we're going to start over. We've forgiven each other. Now it's a clean slate. But yet you still keep doing this. You ain't stopping. You still doing it. So that's the problem when people start to cheat in a marriage. It's like, or any relationship. It's like, okay, so you ain't stopped yet? You still doing this? Okay, I thought we agreed that this is done and over with. We've moved beyond this. And it happens actually a lot when you are that young and you get married at a young age like that, because you have not dated a lot of people, you haven't experienced them. So it's human nature to cheat when you were that young. Like, okay, did I miss out on something? I don't know. And then the slightest little problems come up. If you don't have a good support system backing you, like, this is the way you handle problems. Like I said, she's not handling the situation correctly. That's not, you don't just run away and go hide and don't tell people and send other people, involve other people in your marriage. If you want your marriage to work, you and your spouse have to communicate. If you're not communicating, the marriage will die. A marriage cannot work without communication. So I'm going to leave it at that. That's my 2 cents on this show. Hey, put your comments below if you agree or disagree. How do you think the situation should have been handled between Lyrica and A1? I'm not saying get a divorce. I'm not saying get together, stay together. Hey, it's your life. You got to do what's best for you. Peace.